In this week's video, we answer your questions. Where do we live? Where would we not live? Andrew's favourite pasty. What are your plans for 2026? And will AI be the death of our channel? With some beautiful clips of Cornwall throughout the video. Sit back and enjoy, or you may just want to listen podcast style as we answer your questions. So let's get started.
Yay!
Wow. You wouldn't sleep at night, would you? No. Hello everybody.
Hello.
By now you should be full of turkey or whatever your choice of Christmas Day dinner was, and you're just sitting in a chair thinking, I'm too full, I've had too much to drink, and I just want something quiet to do. So hello.
Hello, we hope you had a lovely Christmas. We're recording this on the 21st of December, so a little bit before Christmas. So we can't tell you what ours was like, but I'm sure it was very nice. Do you know, I often wonder if people clicked on this video in the middle of August and they saw the Christmas tree, they think, why? Why? What are we doing today, Sarah?
Earlier in the month we asked you if you had any questions you'd like to ask us, whether it's about Cornwall in general, whether it was about us as a couple, whether it's about our YouTube adventure. And we had loads come in.
We did, yeah. We put it out on Instagram, Facebook and the community page. We had loads of replies. Loads.
We're probably not going to be able to answer everyone. We'll try and keep this as quick and as snappy as we can.
That won't happen.
Andrew's organised them all. He's spent an hour putting them all into subheadings, so we've kind of sorted them out into those three elements of Cornwall, us and the channel. So hopefully we will answer not only your question, but a general interest about us and the channel.
Right, let's crack on then.
What do you want first?
So, surprise me. God, surprise me.
Sarah Dotty asked, if you could live anywhere in Cornwall, where would you choose?
Okay, I know we have been asked this before. There was another one there, I think, from Cuckoo Magic as well. And they said, if we won the lottery, where would we live?
Let's pretend you just won the lottery.
Yes, I know.
I wish.
For me, it's got to be down on the Lizard. I love it down there. Maybe somewhere around Mullion, that would be nice. I like St Agnes area as well. That's always really nice up there, isn't it? Some beautiful walks. Slightly off the beaten track, a little bit more private for me.
Yeah, I think that would be the case for me. And where we live at the moment is kind of off the beaten track, isn't it? We're out further from a town, so that suits me, where it's a bit quieter, no passing traffic.
We're actually quite private people, even though we put our stuff out there on YouTube. We are quite private, really.
It's quite often the case, though, isn't it? Gosh, this is quite a long question, so sit back and enjoy. Baba5 Quattro asks, firstly, I love your videos, thank you very much. And he goes on to say that their children and grandchildren have been coming to Cornwall for nearly 50 years. They've noticed a change in house prices maybe 30 years ago, and since 2020 the cost of renting holiday property has got silly. Owners realising that they can make a fortune following staycations and not going back to realistic prices. And he asks quite a deep question actually. Are we part of the problem, or are we supporting the local economy? And he says, you know, he's quite complimentary of our channel, which is always lovely to hear. So what's your thoughts on that then, Andrew? Are tourists part of the problem, or are they supporting the local economy?
Well, I think they're supporting the local economy. I mean, let's face it, Cornwall always has been. It's a tourist destination, isn't it? We rely on the tourist pound. You know, so many businesses are so reliant on it, aren't they? So I agree with him. I think the prices have gone really silly. Really silly. I mean, I'm surprised. We occasionally, just out of curiosity, we'll just have a click on somewhere and see how much it would be to rent it for a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so much money, isn't it? And it is part of the problem. Tourists can go abroad, have guaranteed sunshine, and for probably a lot less than it costs to come to Cornwall. I remember when we were kids, a seaside holiday in the UK was always your slightly cheaper holiday, wasn't it? It was maybe the add-on holiday. It wasn't the holiday abroad. And it's so easy now to get on a flight and go abroad.
Well, one of our busiest seasons, the second busiest season, is Christmas this time of year. So a lot of people see Cornwall now as a destination to come with families in mind. You know, bring all the family, rent a big place, and just do Christmas in Cornwall. So I think it coming back to that question of whether it helps the economy or not in Cornwall, I think it depends how much of that tourist pound actually arrives in Cornish businesses. I mean, if you're coming down in a camper van and you've got all your stuff with you and you've already pre-bought it, that's one end of the spectrum. But if you're coming down and you're renting from a local farm that's converted their apartments, whatever, into holiday homes, and then you go to a local, even if it is a chain supermarket like Tesco's, at least they're employing local people. So it's a really difficult question to answer, isn't it? But I think on the whole, you do end up with a net gain.
I think it's an interesting bit. It's probably worthy of a deeper delve, because the way people holidays completely changed over the last 30 years, and it's because of the internet, isn't it? People want more privacy. That's why the holiday cottages are so much more popular. Again, when we were much younger, you didn't see people staying in holiday cottages, did you?
No.
They used to stay in guest houses or B&Bs, hotels, and they've kind of fallen out of favour unless you're at the more luxury end, I suppose.
Well, also you had tenting. Camping was really, really popular, wasn't it?
Well, it still is, I think.
Yeah, but that's got really expensive. You know, to buy a decent caravan or a motorhome these days is some money. It is, isn't it? And I can understand why, if you've invested all that money and you've got your own composting toilet and all that, and you prefer to maybe not be on a campsite somewhere quieter, that you'd look for somewhere else to avoid all of that. And you are independent, aren't you, on your wheels? But I agree, it's changed a lot. That's so different from what we knew as a kid, with a canvas over your head and roughing it.
And we look at it from a different perspective, because we don't actually come on holiday to Cornwall.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We know we're lucky. We live here, and it's our passion, and we'll go out and we'll obviously show you places to consider coming to in Cornwall, you know, to try and improve your experience of coming to Cornwall.
Yeah.
But you're the guys that can tell us, you know, what's your thoughts on that particular question, and is it worth us taking a more of a deeper delve and looking at a separate video maybe? The impact on tourism on Cornwall.
There is an element within that question as well about the cost of properties, isn't it? And I agree that they've really soared in the last few years. But I do wonder if that's a multi-layered thing again. You know, you've not only have you got the demand as an investment and the return on that investment, but you've got things like location that are looking at property more of an investment, and how can you change it? How can you make it more valuable? So
the
there is a lot
dynamics
of
of that
pressure on
have
that,
changed over the last couple of years, because there's been changes with taxation, which has made it less appealing, I think, to maybe have a holiday cottage. A lot of them are on the markets at the moment, so it's kind of flooded the market a bit. But we're not in the property game, are we? We don't really know. We're looking at it as an outsider, and I don't think we've really got that deep knowledge of it.
Rather than a knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got over 50 questions. This is going to take a while.
Yes. There's quite a few actually. I think that does warrant a separate video, because there's another question here, and it says, we'd like to know your opinion on what tourists can do to make things a little bit easier for people permanently living in Cornwall. So that's a very sympathetic approach to a holiday. So that, I think there is 1, 2, 3, 4 different questions there about the impact of tourism on Cornwall.
That's really sympathetic when you think about it, because you're paying a lot of money for your holiday. It should be about you and enjoying yourself. You probably, you wouldn't necessarily be thinking about how am I impacting other people that live here, and that's it's a very sympathetic
thoughtful
way of looking at it. One thing I have noticed, though, with the way Cornwall is promoted online, is it funnels you into areas where they expect the tourists to be. Yeah. Very much so. And if you do that, then I suppose you're not actually impacting very much on the day-to-day running of the county, because you're confined to the area where the tourists are expected to be. And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. There's so much to Cornwall that people don't always see.
No,
Things get missed.
I can see that. It does make it easier for us as locals to avoid those areas in the summer.
You can go in there.
That links quite nicely actually to Peter Dubby's question. He put, as you know, Cornwall attracts loads of tourists. Does the amount of tourists get on your nerves and annoy you? Be honest, it would me.
Hello Peter, long time watcher and commentator on the channel. Do you know, we've lived it all our lives. We're just so used to it. There's an occasional time I happen to be somewhere and I think, oh, why did I come here today? It's height of the tourist season. This is a really stupid idea. But then I kind of blame myself for thinking, well, why am I even here today?
or you've used the wrong road.
Yes.
The prime example is our daughter's journey to work. There's 3 different roads. There's the main road that you can use in winter, that gets snagged in summer. Then you go to like the B road, and if that one's busy, there is a little narrow lane that you can use, and you know that you're in silly season when you're on the narrow lane, isn't it? But the other 2 are snagged up. So local knowledge does hugely help when it comes to this, and it's just that we're so used to it. We know that as soon as Easter hits, the number of visitors on the road, it's like a tap turning on, isn't it?
It doesn't annoy me. I mean, I think I'm so used to it now, it just doesn't annoy me. I just find it normal.
Water off a duck's back.
Yeah, and we need visitors. The county needs visitors,
Okay. Oh, this actually, you've done this very well. You have put these questions in a very good order.
Got something right. Must be Christmas.
Colin Jones asks, what is it like living in Cornwall? I intend to move to the area in the new year, my camper van to start, until I can find a property that will allow my dogs to be with me.
Right.
Okay, so he's obviously... look.
The Christmas
Santa's elves have arrived.
Perfect timing. We actually made a video about that, didn't we?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, a year ago. It is on the channel, maybe go back and find it. It's called
Should I Move to
Cornwall? Yes.
And I don't think we've thought about living in a camper until you find a more permanent, settled place to live. So that won't be covered specifically. But I don't think much has changed, has it, since we made that video?
No. It's probably a good starting point. Go and watch that video,
Yeah. So the next question is from Ian Meredith. I'm not going to pinpoint you too much, but do you prefer the north or the south coast of Cornwall?
North coast for me, it's more dramatic.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the coves and the coastline in general, the beaches, the surf has the edge on the north coast for me. It's all a bit gentle and a bit...
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know. The elves obviously didn't like what we said. Perhaps they prefer the south coast.
I think the south coast has got the nicer harbour towns. You know, you've got Mevagissey, Foy,
Falmouth.
Yeah, Lou.
Yeah.
Lots of options, isn't there?
Yeah.
But from an actual walking and dramatic coastline, I think it's the north coast for me.
Fair enough. I think I'd agree. Yeah. Stunning scenery out there, isn't there? Okay, so next up, my question is, and this is from Helen Osborne, is there anywhere in Cornwall that you haven't visited yet but would really like to?
Yes. We haven't visited everywhere for the channel, and we haven't actually visited everywhere
for
ourselves. No. So I don't think we've covered St Austell properly on the channel before, and there is a question later on about is it worth visiting St Austell.
That warrants its own video.
I think it does warrant its own video. I mean, it gets a lot of bad press, and I'd like to go and have a look at it for myself. There's some really nice bits I want to explore up there. I tell you where I would like to go, which we've never been to, and I would like to film it. I'd actually like to go and actually find the Devon-Cornwall border on the coast path. I think there's a place called Duckpool. It's just beyond Morwenstow. We went to Morwenstow this year. Absolutely love that part of Cornwall. It's so beautiful, and it's just pure drama. It's drama up there.
It is, yes. Yeah.
So I'd like to go do that. I'd like to find the source of the Tamar as well. Were you going to say that? Yes. I want to pinpoint it on what 3 words. But we might be trespassing, so I might need someone's help with that.
The Nearly Home Truth?
Well, it's not Cornwall, is it? But
no.
It's kind of associated with Cornwall. Yeah, I'd like to do that as well, but that's definitely on private land, so again, we might need some help with that.
And I'd like to get down to touch the sand on Lansalos Bay.
Yes.
In that cove.
Yes, we've walked by it, but we've not been down to it.
We have.
So there's still a lot of Cornwall to explore.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It is huge, isn't it, really, when you're thinking about it. Whole county.
So these are all Cornwall questions.
They are.
Are we going to carry on doing a few Cornwall ones and then move on to...
Do you want me to... let's see what people have asked that they want to know about us.
Because they're nosy. They're nosy, aren't they? Do we have to answer these, by the way?
No, if you don't want to.
Okay.
Oh, you won't want to answer this one.
Right.
Richard Albert,
Yes.
he says, I've often wondered in what part of Cornwall you actually live. A bit personal maybe, so a general idea will do.
Right. It's actually the most popular Google search about us, isn't it? We actually did. We've got some rules, and when we made our rules when we started our channel, we've been quite consistent with it,
Yes.
isn't it? And one of the rules was we didn't want to let on where we lived because we like a little bit of privacy.
Well,
and
not only that,
and
children. One of our children
Yes.
still lives with us, and she doesn't partake in the YouTube channel. And I understand that people kind of enjoy the idea that they know roughly where you are. And there is something at the back of my mind about this. You remember when Emily went up to university, there was guidance that I overheard one time on a discussion, and it basically said, if you've got an idea in your head of seeing a person in a place, you can picture them and be more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand what the psychology behind it is. However, I'm with you on that one. We've always said that we would keep that as private as we can.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're not going to answer that one, are we?
No.
We'll let you carry on guessing. We've had a few. Quite often, people will say to us that they've worked out where we live.
Yeah, that's always entertaining. Is it? Oh, we throw red herrings in, by the way. So we'll misdirect. So you'll never know.
They might work it out. I don't know.
Okay, Sandra Abshire asks, do you try to buy Cornish-made products, including food, clothes, etc., or is this just not viable? When you eat out for videos, do you look for Cornish-sourced food?
I think if it's advertised that it's Cornish-based food, and it was a similar cost maybe to elsewhere, then I would. I mean, Cornwall has great foods, amazing foods, don't we? And a lot of it, if you do eat out in Cornwall, a lot of it will explain where they've got their ingredients from. A lot of people don't are proud of it and will tell you. So I think we try to if we can. I know one or two of our Christmas presents are from. We've got Cornish curds, haven't they? Some of the Cornish beers and cheeses and things like that. There's so much lovely stuff.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. We tend to buy a little bit of the Cornish stuff for Christmas.
Yeah, it's treaty stuff, isn't it?
Because it is more expensive. So the question they're saying, is it viable? No, it's not viable to eat it all year, I'm afraid, And I think from my point of view, I kind of think that the producers of it are not necessarily aiming it at the Cornish. They're aiming it at the tourist market. So you guys come down, you have a holiday cottage, you might go to a local farm shop. Some of the more delicious luxury items are sold in the farm shops, and you'll pick up one or two as a treat for yourselves. Well, our holiday is Christmas, isn't it? So that's what we do, but we'll do it at Christmas rather than all year, I think. There's one or two beers that are your favourite, aren't they? And I think there's one or two brands, one or two of the chocolates are really nice.
Are there actual clothes producers just in Cornwall then? I know there's shops that are associated with Cornwall, but I don't know necessarily that they actually make the goods here.
There's Finisterre is associated with Cornwall, isn't it? Sea Salt is associated, but it's a national company. I don't think they're small enough anymore to have their products made here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if it's a question of just us not knowing and us not really being bothered to find out, because again, they're two really expensive brands, aren't they? I don't think we own a Finisterre item. It's just that is quite an expensive brand. So again, that comes back to it not being viable, really. Yeah.
Next.
Oh yeah.
Next.
I thought you.
No, they're a national brand. They're a national.
Terry Lucas says, "Hi, you two. What line of work are you in?"
Right.
I think there's another one before you actually answer that. It says there's two or three here. What are your day jobs and plans for the channel after you retire?
Yeah.
And what have you done in the past?
Right. So
there's three questions on that same theme about work.
Right. So that's nosier.
Yeah, well, I'll give a potted history.
Go on then.
So I left school. I didn't go to university. I started in an accountancy office, and preparing accounts, and I studied at night to start on the certified accountancy exam. Yeah, I got so far, and then there was a big recession in the early 90s, and I hopped into the audit section at County Hall. Then I had children, and then I went into NHS admin for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, we've worked for the parish council as well, didn't you, for a bit?
You brief spell with them, yes, yeah. No, that wasn't. I don't know. That was my second job at the time.
Yeah, so it's mainly admin type.
Since the children have been born.
Role, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Sarah, I came straight out of school. I didn't go to university. I got a local job working in one of the banks, and this was late 1980s. I was in that for a while, and more recently I've come away from it. I'm in retail now, so I've got a 5-day-a-week basic job in retail. But yeah, works for us, doesn't it? And let's face it, the channel takes up quite a bit of our time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a job, but it feels like a job.
Yes.
And
it's weird, a weird environment. But we'll talk more about YouTube later on when the questions arise.
Quite nosy, Sarah.
Oh, I think it's quite sweet that they want to know about us. Don't you?
Yeah. Yes.
I like it.
Sweet.
You'll like this one. Jeffrey Foster.
Hello, Jeffrey
Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for always sending in a photo on Facebook. I think you must have been to every place in Cornwall.
We always look out for it.
Your photos are stunning.
They are beautiful.
And I have nicked one or two so I can paint them. I hope you don't mind. They're better than mine. Better than yours.
What does Jeffrey want to know?
Oh, sorry, yeah. What's your favourite time of year in Cornwall?
Yes.
And second question,
Yeah.
Who asked who for your first date?
Okay. May, June is my absolute favourite time in Cornwall. Especially if you're walking. Coast Path is amazing usually at that time, and the weather's usually pretty good.
Yes, and the spring gardens as well. They're really at their height. They're zenith then, aren't they? So if you wanted to visit one of the National Trust gardens or one of the other local gardens in Cornwall, absolutely stunning. They have extended seasons. I mean, I think at Treba, and they've got the Hydrangea Valley down there now. So that extends it into July, and it's got some flowers on offer for a lot of the year now. Because that used to be a criticism of Cornish gardens, that you had all of the camellias and the rhododendrons and azaleas, and it was a bit of a wow moment all through April, and then there wasn't much to see. But I think they've really addressed that. Lanhydrock, for example, has been nominated this year as one of the best autumn activities. And then Trelisic has got a huge amount of bulbs that start with your snowdrops and go all the way through spring. So,
but May, June tends to be a little bit quieter in Cornwall as well. It's before the madness of the summer holiday sort of period. And I mean, you know, the Coast Path in May, June looks stunning, especially with the thrift. If you can find somewhere with thrift along the
I know my favourite spot for thrift. There's two that I can think of. One over at Gunwallow.
Yes.
And the other at Chapel Porth near St Agnes. Oh my goodness me, thrift everywhere. And the other one that I know, Porthcothan Bay.
Yes.
Oh, the wall is just covered in thrift.
Yeah. It's
amazing.
I think that first year where we were filming for YouTube, we were up at Tintagel, and do you remember we met a couple up there, and they were way into their 80s, and they walked the Coast Path a number of times over the years. And I think that must have been that sort of period of time, because I don't think it was thrift, but it was what was the
spring squill. It's it's the relative of the bluebell, so it's the cliff bluebell, and the cliff was just bluey lilac, wasn't it?
Magical.
It was amazing.
I've always enjoyed getting out on the Coast Path, but actually that day. It was beautiful weather as well, wasn't it? It was absolutely stunning. You just fall in love with it.
And the hedgerows at the Liz. Oh, what? We're digressing.
We are.
Favourite time of year in Cornwall? Well, it's when the flowers are out.
He wanted to know who asked who out on a date as well.
Yes. Now, before we answer that, shall I just sort out the Christmas tree lights, because I'm aware it's getting dark.
Yay! It's Christmas.
So, second part of Jeffrey's question was, who asked who for their first date?
It was a long time ago, Sarah.
Yeah, we had to scratch our heads over this one, didn't we?
We did. We met at a joint event, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I asked you out or you asked me out. I really can't remember.
No.
I know you. I thought you fancied my best friend at the time.
Yes, and that's what held you up, wasn't it? And I think in the end I just got frustrated and said, so are you going to ask me or not?
Yeah.
But that was nearly 33 years ago.
Yeah. We decided to get married after we'd been together for how many days?
10.
10 days.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yes.
We got married the following autumn.
Yes. Had a bank account after 6 weeks of knowing each other. Joint bank account, saving for a house.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, bonkers. Well, when you know, you know.
Yeah. There we go.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah. Best thing I ever done.
Ah.
Getting a joint bank account.
Okay. So.
You didn't hear that, did you?
No, I didn't.
It's the best thing I ever done. Get a joint bank account.
You can tell he used to work in a bank, can't you? Anyway.
Right.
Next question. Yes. So both similar. So one is from Julie Ann Bale and the other is Heather de Pasquale. And they're both about Christmas.
Yes. Yep.
The first question, my question is, where do you do your Christmas shopping? And what do you eat for Christmas lunch?
Right.
And Heather wants to know, how do we celebrate Christmas?
Right. So I do my Christmas shopping in charity shops.
Well, we've already covered that off a bit, haven't we?
have.
So we do use the local farm shops to get some treats.
We do support
for
local
food.
businesses this time of year, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The treaty stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go over to Truro, where there's a fabulous market at Christmas time.
Well, you went to the one in Wadebridge this year
Went
as
to
well, didn't you?
Wadebridge as well.
Yeah.
Yes, that was at the Royal Cornwall Showground.
We have
That
as
was
well.
hectic.
We haven't filmed this for the channel. It was just a private thing that we did, but we went up to Devon last weekend.
We did.
We had one night. We had an overnight.
Yes.
And we found ourselves in Tavistock.
Yeah.
And we went to the wonderful pannier market there, didn't we?
Stunning.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes, and we saw Desmond and his Devon chocolates.
Yes, who's retiring on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
So,
We've got
hello
a few-
Desmond, if you are watching.
Yes. Happy retirement.
Yeah.
We got a
The
few-
chocolate was amazing. I do like a good chocolate, and that was very good.
Yes, we were going to have it for Christmas, but we've ate it.
Yes, it's gone.
So how do we celebrate Christmas?
Christmas lunch.
Christmas lunch, yeah.
That varies, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quiet Christmas for us this year because our son James and his girlfriend Grace are they're in Japan this year.
For a year.
For a year. So they normally come and see us at some point over Christmas. Hello guys, we are thinking about you loads and we hope you have a wonderful time. So it's basically you, me and our daughter Christmas Day lunchtime.
Yes, but she's in retail as well, so she's only got one day off, which is Christmas Day.
Yeah, and we'll see your parents and my parents
around the Christmas period
as well, won't we?
Yeah.
And then I'm back to work. So it is really short, you know, we don't get much time off over Christmas. It's always quite busy.
No.
You're always very busy as well.
Yes, and I must just, at this point, everybody will know if they have had a Christmas present. So thank you so much to everybody that has bought painting over the Christmas period. You kept me very busy and I was delighted to send them all off. I do so like being Santa's helper. I'm like a little elf with my paintbrush painting all these scenes for everybody. So I do hope that everything went really well for you if you bought a gift for somebody. And thank you so much. And the other thing we do need to say at this point is a big thank you to everybody that's given us a Christmas present on a Buy Me a Coffee. You've been so generous and it really blows me away that you'll just do that for basically us two.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of you. I mean, actually, whilst we're talking about that, people have been very kind and generous this year. Our camera went wrong this year. We've had the same cameras for 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
And mine completely packed up. And the cost of that stuff is quite expensive, isn't it? And we had some donations in, and that helped us with the new camera that we've got. So the money that's been sent, very much appreciated, and it does get ploughed back into the channel and helps us carry on making these videos. So thank you so much. People are very generous. And
a new computer is on my list for the new year. And whilst we're talking about people supporting the channel, a big thank you, a huge thank you to the people that have signed up to Patreon or YouTube membership. We really do appreciate your support every month. A little bit of money comes our way and it really does make all the difference. And if you're interested, please by all means take a look in the description below. And if you're not, that's fine, we will still carry on making the videos. But a big thank you from us to our patrons, the YouTube members, people that bought a coffee, and anybody that's bought a painting. You are all wonderful. Without you lot, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you are all very kind. Just very quickly with a patron, basically you can watch our videos without any ads, because you always upload a second copy onto Patreon, don't you? The homemade walks that we do, you always write them up. You do a little watercolour painting on them and a map and some instructions, and that's available there. And we've got a meetup. We have a meetup once a year with our patrons. We usually go out and walk somewhere. And if you are a patron, keep an eye open, keep an eye on your inbox, because we're about to send out. It might have already been sent. It might be going out next week, but all the details of what we're doing with regards to that will be winging their way to you. And thank you very much.
And it would be lovely to meet you guys. It's so much fun.
It's one of the lovely bits of running the
highlights
channel.
of the year
just meeting,
for me.
Meeting people is nice, and it's really nice. It's quite a solitary thing doing this sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. But we met with Kirsten and York.
We did
this year,
yes.
And we had a good old chinwag about the pros and cons of being on YouTube. And we also met Sean
from Love Sundays.
Yes, and it's just so lovely to sit down with somebody that you don't have to explain the background to something, and they just get it and they go,
It's quite therapeutic.
It's quite funny.
It is funny.
It's really weird.
Yeah, hopefully, we did talk to Sean about maybe possibly we can do something together maybe next year, and that's something we probably like. Well, we would like to do. It's just a question of trying to work out what we can do.
And just on a funny note, this is from Colin Baker, and he comments quite often, and I like Colin's sense of humour. He's got a really good sense of humour. Very similar to yours,
yes.
I think.
Hello, Colin.
And he says, one for Andrew.
Yes.
Why Southampton?
Yeah, I often think that as well. When our kids were growing up, they thought that Southampton were actually called Southampton Nil. I think I've explained this before. When I was growing up as a kid, I was mad into football, but when I was really getting into football, it was that early 1980s period, and everybody supported Liverpool. They were the team. Everybody supported Liverpool. And I wanted to be slightly different. And Kevin Keegan had just been signed to Southampton right at that point where I was really into football. And I thought, oh, he's good, isn't he? I like his haircut. I might have one like that one day with his perm. So he's my favourite player. And he went to Southampton, so that's why I started supporting Southampton. And they've never looked back since I've been supporting them. They've won loads of stuff.
When your mascot one year?
I was, yes.
Little Tacker?
Yeah, I was. It was actually, it was against Newcastle. At the Dell. It's not there anymore, it's gone. Got a new stadium now. Oh, it's a wonderful day.
Aww.
Yeah. Anyway, I reminisce. Next
question. So I've just changed folders.
Have you?
And gone back to questions about Cornwall.
Back on Cornwall.
So this is a similar question to what we had earlier, but there's two parts to it. So
right.
The first bit we'll skip because that's a similar bit. And it's from Julie Cadman. Hello, Julie. And that's asking about places we haven't visited. However, the second bit is, would you consider visiting just over the border into Devon?
Yes.
To some walking trails there too.
Yeah.
Depending on where you live in Cornwall, I realise cost and time could be something to consider. And she's suggesting that we change our name to Cornish and Devonish walking trails. Well, to me, Devonish is a brewery.
It's not anymore, is it?
Oh, I know.
It was years ago, isn't it? See, this is the problem. Can I completely sidetrack here?
Sounds like we are.
Okay, well, yes to the Devon bit.
Yes.
I'd like to do that. And
Yes.
do you know as well, we've got some fabulous old pictures and images of Plymouth.
Oh,
We want to go and do something up there, don't we, around
Yes.
the Barbican.
Yeah.
And Devon's definitely on the agenda for next year. We actually made a video about, is it worth setting up a YouTube channel over the age of 50? That was the premise, wasn't it?
Yes.
We made a long
Yeah.
video all about it. And I thought it was pretty good. And then we watched it back and we thought, well, it's not about Cornwall, it's not about walking, it's quite niche.
It's not a lot of views, and
Not-
you guys like your views.
Yeah, and it's not probably what our audience wanted to watch.
No, so how many of you guys actually want to watch this? Probably not many, so
Yeah.
we didn't publish it in the
No.
end.
Anyway, my point
Point.
with this is that when you start a YouTube channel, one of the very first things you've got to decide on is what you're going to call yourself.
Yeah.
And we called ourselves Cornish Walking Trails. We thought, well, we're in Cornwall. We like walking. It's quite a catchy title. We think that's probably what we're going to be doing.
Started off doing reviews of guided walks from published walk books. You know, it wasn't on your phone at that point, really, was it?
No.
It was more, you picked up a book and off you went.
But it's that point of, you'd have to call yourself Devonish and Cornish
and
walking
Devonish
trails. And it kind of has boxed us in
a
way.
It has,
We are
yes.
very limited now with what we can probably put out there on YouTube. And I don't think it's really helped us.
No,
I think
so
it's kind of prevented us.
Our name kind of prevents us from doing Devon, but if you guys can put in the comments whether you'd be happy for us to shoot up to Devon and do a walk, it would probably be more from a point of view of, like you coming to Cornwall, it would be us exploring somewhere new rather than having a local knowledge or any books with us or anything like that. So it would have a different feel to it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I'd be very happy. I mean, Hartland Quay, I'd love to go up there. We did Clovelly, that was quite well received, wasn't it? But I think we'd probably look at the coast first.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to do it. It's like everything we do, it's usually time limited. our time to devote to the channel is not always as much as we want it to be. Yeah, and it's what we can do, really, isn't it?
So yes, in theory, we would like to do some things in Devon. Okay, so next question.
Yeah. Hit
Are
me.
you happy with me asking the questions?
Yeah, it's great.
Or do you want me to?
No, it's great.
David Housel. Hi guys, is there anywhere in Cornwall that you wouldn't live or visit? They said we're the only holiday at the moment. And he's hoping for a lottery win to change that.
Good luck with that. Remember who your friends are and who your favourite YouTubers are.
But there must be some places that are less glamorous and appealing. See, to my mind, living in Cornwall, I would flip that on its head and I probably wouldn't want to live in the more glamorous places like St Ives
That's the first.
or Foy.
That's the first name that came to my head.
That you didn't want to
Yeah,
live in?
I wouldn't want to live in St Ives. I think
No.
it would be an absolute nightmare.
I think if you were living in St Ives, you'd be surrounded by holiday homes, particularly down around the harbour area.
It would be crazy
You'd
in the
have
summer.
different neighbours every week, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? I just
Yeah.
don't think I'd enjoy it. You'd have nowhere to park your car. You'd have, and as a consequence, how do you get your shopping into your house if you can't park outside your car? Yeah.
Cornwall's a very strange county in so much as there's a huge wealth divide in the county, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it's always been like that to a certain extent. Anywhere pretty much around the coast is the wealthier area, it's the more touristy area, and anywhere more inland, a little bit more off the tourist map. Well, other than the Roseland is an expensive area, and down
there's
on the
always
Lizard
been
is generally a bit more
pockets of wealth,
expensive.
hasn't there?
But that we've spoken about this before. That central spine of Cornwall, you can pretty much run a line up it, can't you? You know, you've got Camborne, Redroof, Bodmin, Walsall,
Liscard, Launceston.
They tend to be the more affordable areas to buy, but they're the less popular areas from a touristy point of view.
So whilst
aren't
they're
they?
not as glamorous, they're more achievable. Within every town, just like upcountry, you will find good parts and bad parts.
Yeah, we
won't you?
recently made that video in Bodmin.
Yeah,
And
lovely town.
we called it Cornwall's worst town. How bad is it? Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we had a lovely day up there.
Bodmin,
I
actually.
really enjoyed making that video. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? There was a lot of good things going on in Bodmin.
Yeah, but I think it's got a broad range of property sizes, types, you know, the values of them is whilst it's still Cornwall, which makes it expensive, because of the breadth of property types and styles, there's probably something for everybody there. So whereas you could never say that about St Ives or Foy or even Newquay. Newquay's hard these days to buy a property in, isn't it?
We've made a few videos where we look at these surveys where people have talked about the best place to live, and they always make us giggle, don't
Yeah, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt, haven't you?
We did one a few weeks ago, it was that Muddy Stilettos one, and every single place on that list was around the coast, wasn't it? Quick fire though, could you live in St Ives?
No.
No. What about Padstow?
No.
Weybridge?
Yes.
Yeah. Falmouth?
Yes.
Yeah. So there we go.
What about you? I'll do it to you
Go
now.
on. Yeah.
Truro.
Yes.
Yeah. Lizard.
Yes.
Penzance.
Yes.
Could you live somewhere more remote like Bodmin Moor?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
We always get a comment from somebody, I forget what his name is now, something like Walnut.
Yeah, he always sounds
And
off
he
from
always
Bodmin
says,
Moor, the remote bit. It always makes us giggle.
Yeah.
We want to find that remote bit on Bodmin
Yeah,
Moor.
we'll have a cup of tea.
It sounds lovely. How are we getting on with these questions?
Right, well, we've definitely answered that one, haven't we? Next one, Valerie Cocking, who I believe we met
We
at
did,
Newquay.
Bistro at Newquay. Yes. Hello, Valerie. And I can't remember her partner's name.
No, I can't either. I don't know. Anyway, what are favourite Cornish walking trails places to visit and recommend easygoing coastal beaches?
So best beaches to go on.
Best beaches and our favourite place to visit.
Right, okay. Best beaches to go on. I mean...
That are easygoing. Oh,
Easy.
I think she means easy to walk on.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Newquay video we made a few years ago, I think we called it Wet Feet or something like that. We pretty much tried, we went at one of the lowest tides and we wanted to see how far we could get just walking on the sands. And we wanted to get all the way to Porth, and we got cut off, didn't we?
We got wet feet.
We got wet feet. So we came off at Lusty Glaze, didn't we, with all the steps? Is that right?
Yeah, but then if she's looking for somewhere that's easily accessible,
yes,
that isn't going to tick that box, is
probably
it? Because the steps up from Lusty Glaze, there was loads of them, steep.
Yeah,
hard work.
From accessibility, then I think Perranporth's pretty good.
Perranporth's car park right
Lovely
on the front,
beach.
Isn't there? Yeah. Gillen Vase,
yes.
That's going to be quite accessible,
yeah.
Isn't it? That's in Falmouth. Where else could you go? Gwithian, maybe. You've got the boardwalk and the dunes, the towers at Gwithian.
Gadruvi as well. And Porthkidney Beach, where we've been and filmed before, is beautiful.
Filmed there, haven't we?
So yeah, there's lots of lovely big beaches, especially at the nice low tide. But check your tide times, don't get cut off, in all seriousness.
Yeah, and somewhere like Kenwick Sands, there is a car park right down at beach level.
Yeah.
You would need to understand the rules because it's one of these with the AMPR, but that's a lovely big beach.
Went there for the first time this year, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. That's ones that spring to mind.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a list that could be much, much longer. Oh gosh, I know I've done some artwork for this lady, Anna, in California, and she asks, is Cornwall less crowded than other towns in England?
It always amazes me where people are watching our videos
I
from.
know.
We get so many beautiful comments, a lot from America, a lot from Australia.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Europe.
Germany.
Yeah.
Norway.
It's incredible, really. We try and film as honestly as we can. There are some places we go which are very busy. Some of the popular towns in the summer are always going to be quite busy, aren't they? But the more, you can go to somewhere like St Ives, or you can go to somewhere Foy or Mevagissey, and within a short period of time, if you're walking, you've lost the crowds.
Yes.
You just walking away from the town a bit, you can find quiet spots. So
also there are certain rules on YouTube. We try to be discreet and not to film where there are too many people around, isn't it? So maybe it might look a little bit quieter than it actually is.
And it never rains in Cornwall, does it?
And that question actually leads on quite nicely from Wendy Richardson. Where do you think is the most calming walk in Cornwall?
Ooh.
Year round, there is a clause there.
Calming.
Yeah.
Do you know the walk we did that goes to Frenchman's Creek from Helford Village? The one where we went to the little tiny chapel. St Francis Chapel.
Oh, it's idyllic.
It's just devoted to animals.
Yes.
It's so good. That whole walk, that area is really calming though. That's beautiful there. The Foy Hall walk, which again, if you Google it, you'll find probably our video about Foy Hall walk. It's a beautiful walk. You start in Foy, you take two ferries. You take the Bedinnick ferry and you take a little town ferry back from Polruan. But on that stretch is a tiny little place called Pont Pill. It's very close to the church that Daphne du Maurier got married in. And that Pont Pill is gorgeous, isn't
all
it?
year.
Beautiful.
You can
calming.
just sit there
Yeah.
and you hear birds, you hear the gentle creek water lapping away, and yeah, I think that is idyllic.
I've got to do one thing.
What's that?
I will be back. I will be. Carry on.
Well, I'll answer the next one on my own then. So Tracy Mitchell says, what is your favourite viewing place in Cornwall? She has given us a nice picture and she says it's the one at Tolcon Beach in Newquay. I think one of my favourite views in Cornwall is coming into Nanjizzle Bay. That is one of the most beautiful views that I can think of. Oh, hello, baby.
He's up at the window.
Oh.
What are you doing? I want to be with you. Hello, my darling. Good boy.
Soppy dog.
Good boy.
Is it distraught? Is it unhappy?
Yes, look.
Oh.
Where have you been?
Favourite view in Cornwall, Andrew?
Favourite view?
Yes, that's putting you on the spot, isn't it?
I think for me, Porthgwara, that stretch between Porthgwara down towards Land's End, down towards Nanjizzle, absolutely beautiful down there. There was a question. I did look at the questions earlier on, and I don't know if you've got to it yet. It's about a favourite bench.
It's the next one.
Oh, okay.
It's actually favourite cafe, favourite scene to paint, and favourite bench.
Favourite bench. We made a video about favourite
Radiant
benches.
Gaze Art. Yes.
There's a beautiful viewpoint at Bassini Haven.
Yeah.
We made a video years ago. I think we called it our favourite Zen place. But I took the photo with the bench. If I can find it, I'll pop it in. Or I'll give it to you, and you can perhaps put it into the video. But that's a beautiful view up there too, isn't it? What was that question you just read out?
It's favourite cafe, favourite
Yes.
scene to paint, and favourite bench with a view. It's from Radiant Gaze Art. Hello.
Hello. Favourite cafe? Well, I've got a few. So
Come on, he's getting annoying.
he's fine. So Falmouth.
Yes.
The Above the Bookshop Cafe. There's a beautiful independent bookshop in Falmouth, and they've got a cafe upstairs, and it's really nice, isn't it? We go to that one quite a bit.
We put a bit of thought into this, and we actually write them down.
Yes.
We're getting old now.
We did.
Truro Museum, that's a really good cafe. If you happen to find yourself in Truro, I think you need to go down there. It's like a naughty child.
Yeah.
Up in Bude on the quay, the olive tree.
That's
That's why he wasn't in here. And down at Lizard Point.
Oh, the Wave Crest. Yes.
Yes.
Looking over the Southerly Point, and you've got the old lifeboat station down below. That's a gorgeous spot.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, they all offer kind of a light lunch. Another place that we thought of, which isn't really a cafe, but offers the most beautiful view, and you can have like a cream tea in the afternoon, was the bay at Coventry.
Oh, beautiful cream teas down there.
Yes.
And another one we went to this year, actually, where we met with Kirsten York, St Hugh Farm
Yes.
Shop. That was a lovely cafe
Yes,
as well. That was really
excellent.
nice up there.
Yes. Yeah, scene to paint. Well, to be honest, what I like to paint, this is a disaster now, isn't it? What I like to paint is a breaking wave. So the power of the sea fascinates me. How to capture that cresting, breaking wave. So that's the things I like to paint. Right, we're going to have to remove Doggy. He's being really annoying.
Bye-bye.
Did you settle him down with a treat?
I did.
Did you put the telly on for him?
He's with the old man.
Let's carry on. I don't know how we're doing here. We need to get this snappy.
Yes.
This is one for you.
Go on then.
To get snappy.
Snappy.
You might need this.
Right.
The answer's on there.
Yes.
Graham Carpenter. Hello, Graham. I think we've met Graham.
Hello, Graham. Yes.
Can you do a top 10 on where and who does the best pasties? He's got his favourite. He says they're Anne's.
Anne's are very good. Yes, I like Anne's. We've had a lot of questions about pasties.
We
I
have.
think it's the most popular question we had. I've got a list. We've never made a video of favourite pasty places, have we?
No, they don't tend to do very well, do they?
No. Off the top of my head, so Anne's Pasty is very good. Philps down at Hale, Cornish Oven, very good. Berryman's in Redruth, been going for years.
Barnacutts and Bodmin.
Barnacutts are excellent.
Bodmin and Weybridge.
I've been told I tried to go to Gear Farm to get a pasty. Supposed to be best in Cornwall.
Epic fail.
Yeah, made a video, went to try and get pasty and they closed. It was our fault. We got there a bit too late. I'm going to have to revisit it, Sarah. I've heard that Sarah's pasties in Lou are excellent. Lots of recommendations. I've not had one yet. Next time we go to Lou, I'll get my crimpometer out and we will test it. I had a very nice one at Diva Tin Mine. That was on my list. Lavenders are always good down at Penzance. Been going for years.
I'm trying to find, there's a question.
Oh, Mary's pasties as well.
Tresillian.
Tresillian,
yeah.
I like Mary's.
I'm trying to find the question that asked about a gluten-free pasty. I've tried one or two over the years, and to be honest, I can remember what a proper one tastes like, and none of them.
The best is the one that your mum made.
And even I've tried making gluten-free pasties, and...
You make a good pasty.
Do I?
You make a very good pasty.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Very good pasty.
Sonia Hutchins asks...
Yes. Hello, Sonia.
Have you ever received feedback from the Cornish Tourist Board and the attractions that you review?
No.
No, I don't think they know we exist. In
fact,
Cornish
Visit
Tourist
Cornwall
Board doesn't exist anymore.
No, Visit Cornwall actually went bust this year. You used to have tourist information centres.
Budget for it in the council.
Budget, wasn't it? Yeah. And I suppose with social media and everything's on Instagram and Facebook these days, you think, well, do you need it anymore?
Well, the council obviously doesn't think you do because they've squashed the budget on it, haven't they?
Yeah.
So there isn't anything there. Visit Cornwall was partly subscription based and partly funded by the local authority, and they haven't been able to make the books balance, so they have actually had to... Well, they've gone into liquidation, haven't they? They no longer exist.
When we film, we don't usually tell people we're going there to film because we don't know, first of all, whether we're going to be able to film.
No.
And we also don't know whether...
we'd be welcome.
And it needs to be fairly spontaneous.
So an example of that earlier this season, so when autumn arrived, I had a terrible cold, didn't I? So we went to Treba and we filmed a lovely little lifestyle video. We had a bit of lunch. It was in the tennis court garden, wasn't it?
You weren't feeling very
well. And
well,
I was really feeling quite rough. It knocked me for six, that cold. The following week, we released another kind of lifestyle video, which was gentle to film, and I was still feeling a bit rough. We went to Boscastle Farm Shop, didn't we?
Well, we wanted to see the waterfall.
Walked down to the waterfall at Tintagel.
Which we found, and we wanted to go there for a long time, didn't we? And it was convenient because the farm shop was at Boscastle, and we filmed it. Just
to give you some context, like Andrew said, we didn't ask if we could film at Boscastle. We let you guys know that we enjoyed our lunch. We filmed a bit of the farm shop, showed you some of the products that they have for sale. Some of the local businesses obviously have got their products in there. And we thought we did quite a lovely job of giving you some ideas of where you could have some lunch, what you could buy, and we went down the harbour and finished it off down there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I thought we did quite a nice job of that. And this is what we had come through on an email. So this person had taken the trouble to go and find our email. We've been watching your videos since the beginning. We too love Cornwall and all it offers. We've always enjoyed the simplicity of your style and the way you've improved year on year. Well, our videos have never really been simple. They've become more and more complex, haven't they? Mm-hmm. Anyway, lovely. That's all very nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, the blatant advertising you've started to employ has spoilt it for me and my wife. End of.
So... Yeah,
so we didn't get any acknowledgement from Boscastle Farm Shop for doing that. They
not that we expected.
No, but we didn't get a thank you. We didn't get any interaction. We didn't get. They just took our Instagram posts and reposted them, didn't they? We didn't receive payment for that, and we didn't from Treba either.
But we weren't looking for any.
But we weren't looking for that. We were just trying to give you guys a bit of a heads up as to where would be nice to go, and. That email, it really upset me. It floored me.
If we, very occasionally, there will be a paid integration in a video because, quite frankly, without that, we struggle to run the channel. And there's usually 2 or 3 companies that you would be happy to work with.
Yeah. Well, we've only done 5
But
this
on
year.
YouTube, you have to say that there's a paid endorsement
Yeah.
in it anyway, don't you? And
So I can understand why they thought it was a paid thing, but you have to say that on the video. That sat with me.
Yeah, it's difficult. So we're trying to provide content, and we know people watch because they like ideas of places to visit, things to do. They like a bit of the idea of the history and the heritage, maybe. But also they like to know, where can I get a cup of tea? Where can I get a bit of cake? Maybe get a light lunch.
And we've just sat here and named off several pasty companies, several cafes that we would go to, and we're not getting paid for any of this. You know, that's all we need to really get you guys to understand, is that if we feature somewhere, it's pretty because we like it.
If any local businesses wanted to work with us and sponsor a video, we're not going to turn that down if they're a good company and someone we would use. But the idea is that we're trying to make content.
Going back to the question, anyway, have you ever received feedback from the Cornish Tourist Board in the attractions we review? I mean, some of the attractions we've reviewed it and said they're not so good. They haven't come back to us, have they? And some other attractions we've reviewed and said, yeah, they're fine, and they haven't come back to us either.
Well, I mean, we try to be constructive. It's a bit like doing a mystery shop.
It is.
That's what we try to do, and we try to see it from a visitor's point of view. We also try and see it from the business's point of view, because it can't be easy. We made a video, not last year, the year before, we went to Eden. And it's quite expensive to go to Eden, and I think we showcased everything that you can expect to see up there. We did concentrate on the fact that we thought that the outside area wasn't looking as good as it had done in previous years. There was quite a lot of weeds and things like that. It's quite a lot of money to go in.
Yeah, and you consider that's after you've paid.
Yeah, and we didn't get any feedback at all from Eden.
No.
Not what I thought we would, but the videos had a lot of
I just
views.
actually think we're just too small. We did get some contact with Halligan, because
Yes,
we
we
reviewed
did.
their lunch when we visited, and they were offering a wooden knife and fork. And they saw how much I was struggling, and they said, watch this space, we're going to change it.
Yeah, and they told us they were introducing proper cutlery again as an option, I think, wasn't it?
So, no, we don't generally get any feedback or any acknowledgement, really, from businesses that we feature. It's our choice to go there, isn't it, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's rain on our roof.
Alan Spencer asks, what is your favourite, most beautiful place to visit in Cornwall? Is there anywhere in the county which has disappointed you? Gosh,
absolute favourite place. I love it down around Zena area, Zena, Marlborough, Pendine. I love it down there.
Yeah.
Morwenstow. Went to Morwenstow this year. That was gorgeous as well. I really like that.
I can't think of anywhere that's disappointed
I was
us.
we went to Charlestown. We made that video a few weeks ago. That harbour work apparently has been completed now.
Oh, good.
At Charlestown. Even saying that, I actually thought the actual harbour area there looked a bit.
Well, let's give them a
unkept.
chance to get ready for the summer season. And
yeah, but being about disappointed, I felt disappointed, but I'm sure that it will get remedied.
This is a question you referred to earlier. Rosie Bibber Curtis, is St Austell worth visiting? Well, we will be making a future video on that, hopefully.
There's fascinating heritage and history in St Austell, and I've already uncovered a couple of lovely stories. So yes, it's definitely on the list, and I think we will be going to St Austell in 2026.
One for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Diana Wetherall, who's been following us for quite a while now, and,
Hello, Diana.
occasionally sends us a lovely comment. And she said, do you know the Penrose Estate?
Yes.
And if there are any movies or programmes that we know of that have been filmed there?
So Penrose Estate is just outside of Helston.
Porthleven Way.
Porthleven Way. I think it's the Rogers family. I think there was even a connection with the Rogers Tower.
Yes,
down at
I think there was, wasn't there?
Marizion Way from memory. I'm pretty sure it was in a Wycliffe episode. I can't remember which one, and I do know they filmed around Porthleven a lot. Poor old Wycliffe, he died this year. What was he called? Shepherd, wasn't he? Jack, that's it, Jack Shepherd. Well done.
You'll like this one.
Go on.
So I've just changed folders, and we're looking more about the channel and being on YouTube in general. And Pete the Pasty asks, do you mind when random people shout out Cornish walking trails?
That's because we were in Port Isaac and someone came up to us and said, Cornish walking trails! It was Pete the Pasty.
I think it's great when someone shouts that out. They know our name.
It makes me laugh.
No.
It makes me giggle. It's always lovely to meet people, and we bump into people a lot when we're out and about, especially if we're filming.
Yes.
We stand out like a sore thumb, I reckon.
I think we must do, mustn't we? I go into a bit of a zone.
People are always so kind, though, aren't they?
They are, aren't they? It's so lovely to meet you guys. So if you do see us, I'm sure that for every person that comes up and says hello, there's probably one that doesn't. But if you do see us, come up and say hello. It's lovely to meet you guys. I think we made a video in St Ives once, and we got spotted 8 times, didn't we?
Yeah, it took us a bit longer to film it.
Yeah. A question came in asking us if we were likely to do any more spooky ghost story or paranormal videos from Cat Grace.
I love that sort of thing.
You do?
Yeah, I'd love to. I think they're really interesting. And not everybody does, but occasionally, put the old...
Just 1 or 2 a year, doesn't it? Does it?
If it tickles our fancy, we'll pop it in.
And we always ask you guys to give us a like or to subscribe or anything like this. And somebody's asked us what's the best time to actually press the like button whilst they're watching the video. But it doesn't matter. As long as you actually press that like button, that is brilliant as far as we're concerned. So that's obviously related to the channel statistics and the algorithm, isn't it, that question?
Yeah,
so
it gives us an idea if it's the sort of content that you enjoy as well. So, yeah, It doesn't matter as long as you press it.
This one, I love this one. We've just started a YouTube channel after being quite nervous about doing so.
Okay, who's this then?
Available Light Gallery and Gifts.
Ooh,
we
okay.
regularly watch yours and you inspired us to give it a go.
Give it a go, as Gary Eates would say. Let's give it a go.
What made you decide to begin your YouTube adventure, as you've had your channel quite a few years now? I think we started in September 2016.
Yes. So
10 year
years.
anniversary
10 years
coming up
wow,
next year.
Isn't it? I looked as well. I think we've done about 480 videos, something like that. So we'll probably do our 500th video at some point next year.
Yeah.
We've answered that question in previous Q&As, but it was our son James.
Yes.
He said to us, "You love going out and filming and taking the dogs out for a walk. You've got all these walk books, and I'm sure people would like to sort of see some of this on camera."
It was in an era when YouTube was doing review videos, so you had people reviewing toys or reviewing recipes, and we decided that we'd review walk guides, didn't we?
Yeah, it was quite niche.
Yeah, and little 10-minute videos of turn left, turn right, and basically what you'd see, very briefly, what you would see on the walk, which has developed into half-hour videos about history and everything else. So yes, good luck with your YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a big learning curve.
It
Just
is.
take it at your own pace and enjoy it.
And try not to get too wound up when YouTube tells you you're not doing very well.
We need to follow that advice ourselves.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Good luck. Yeah.
Mark Farmer asked, what do you two both love about creating your YouTube channel, and what are the plans for 2026?
So we don't just randomly pick up a camera, go out and film.
No.
There usually is a bit more thought to it than that. And part of that process is, well, where are we going? And maybe do a little bit of research about the area, some of the stories, some of the history. And the things I really love is the stuff that you can find which aren't actually online, and a lot of that is in old books. Digging around a bit, isn't it?
Because you do realise now that with AI, everything that we put out is now online, and AI will grab it and claim it as its own.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes we'll put stuff out there, we've got a source for it, we've got a reference source, and then afterwards someone will say to us something else that actually adds to that story,
Which is
or
really
a different source
interesting.
material which puts
Yeah.
a different light on it, which I think is really interesting. So for me, it's probably doing the research and learning about the county as we go around.
Yeah, I like going out and seeing the views, and of course it's so inspiring. I think it's brilliant as well for our mental health. You get away from the everyday stresses of life, and you just absorb that view and the smell of the sea, and yeah,
Happy
brilliant.
place.
Happy place, yeah.
What was the final
Yeah.
bit of that question?
And what are the plans for 2026?
More of the same. We will mix it up a bit. We find it works better for the channel if we mix it up. If we don't know
What we're going to do?
No, you won't either.
Yeah, keep you guessing. Keeps us on our toes. Keeps you guys watching, hopefully. And this is on the same sort of vein. It's Sandra Shearing. She says, how long do you think you'll continue with the channel, and will you run out of places to video?
We've still got a long list. There's something that we find interesting. I think, oh, that'll make a good video. It goes on the list.
Yes.
And there is still a long list.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll be stopping anytime soon.
No.
However, you never know what life might throw at you, and
sometimes it happens beyond your choosing. I mean, I think AI is a big threat to smaller YouTube channels like ours. We're just not big enough. I think if you've got like 100k subscribers and a million view video, you're probably safe. But I think there is going to be a line drawn, isn't there? And
YouTube,
everybody else will.
I mean, personally, I think YouTube's got really hard.
Yes.
Really hard.
Yes.
We're not. Sometimes I look at the channel and think, oh, we're quite big. You know, we've got 36,000 subs. That sounds quite a lot, isn't it? But I think when you look at the big pool of YouTube, we're really, really, really small.
We
really
are.
Niche.
Yeah.
And YouTube these days is so many celebs now on YouTube. It's got quite mainstream, a lot of it. There's a lot of money being pumped into videos, and we can't compete with any of that.
No. So if we have to stop, it'll probably be not of our choosing.
No, AI will be the death of our channel. It really will be. And it does worry me.
Yeah, because AI will be able to present you with a automated presenter. They'll be able to take everything like we've gained from our videos. They'll probably even be able to, without our permission, take our views and then mash it all together and give you here's a travel guide to Cadgwith, here's a travel guide to Truro.
Yeah, and it's the YouTube algorithm at the end of the day. The algorithm can just change overnight. It can drop you. If it wants to drop you, it will drop you.
So if you want to keep us, and you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Get our numbers up. If the closer we can get to that 100k magic number, I think the safer we'll be.
I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think it would ever be that big. I'd love to have one of those play buttons. That'd be a very nice thing to do. But size is everything, unfortunately, on YouTube, and we're really quite small. So yeah, do us a favour if you haven't done so already. If you do enjoy the content, click the subscribe button. It's pretty easy to do. There's no cost involved with YouTube, but it does help us out.
Hugely.
Yeah.
And Michael Warren, who I think is a distant relative of yours.
He is. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Sarah and Andrew. I do so enjoy your series. What's been your most satisfying part of your journey of making all the episodes? And what's been the largest challenge?
Most satisfying part? I think really it's just the learning.
To do something different, isn't it?
But yeah, it's that, how do you do it? How do you physically make a video? What goes into it? It doesn't just happen. There's quite a lot of planning involved.
One of the biggest challenges I found with YouTube is talking. Down there. I don't know about you.
I could walk and talk at the same time when I started. I could just about talk. And I was quite good at walking, but to try and combine the two, just couldn't do it.
It was so funny. We discovered this when we were trying to make an intro video, and at the time you made like really short 1 minute intro videos that is everything that you do on your channel, so it had to be really, really, really snappy. And you had like one or two things to do, like we take a walk guide, right? And he would walk, and then he would deliver the line. I said, "No, can you just do it that you're walking and talking?" And it just didn't happen, did it? You got so frustrated with yourself.
It's like that thing where you've got to pat your head and then rub your tummy at the same time. I can't do that either. I can't do that. No, I can't do it.
Hilarious.
But we've
the whole
always...
thing has been a challenge, hasn't it? Editing, presenting, researching.
Technology.
Finding out what the audience wants from you. Marketing it on Facebook. Getting your head around Instagram. So, I mean, we haven't done Reels. That's going to have to be something we have to start competing with on that platform in 2026 in order to stay current. That's another thing, isn't it? Another challenge, staying current.
Does our audience want that? Our audience tends to be a little bit older. They
seem to think they
enjoy a longer format video. It's what they're used to. It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, but Reels as opposed to Shorts. Reels on Facebook, so you can encourage people over.
Just before we move on from that, because just read the question out again. What did Michael say?
What's been your most satisfying part of your journey, and what's your largest challenge?
Yeah, okay. So satisfying as well for me is having grown up in Cornwall. I thought, before we started doing the YouTube channel, I thought, I've got a pretty good idea about Cornwall. Lived here all my life. I know Cornwall. I didn't think I knew very much at all. Whereas now, I think I know an awful lot more about the history and the heritage. And it's through having access to some of the old books is seeing Cornwall through eyes of people that have lived here in the past. And there's so much. Cornwall's a proud county.
Yes.
It's got a wonderful heritage.
Cornish people like us are proud to be Cornish.
Yeah, and it's beautiful going to a place now and having a better knowledge of it and an understanding of it. I've enjoyed doing that. Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is trying to stay relevant, trying to keep up with YouTube.
Yeah.
It can get you down a bit. As I said, we made a video which we didn't put out, and it was about starting a YouTube channel, and we tried to be upbeat about it, but it turned into a bit negative because there's things on YouTube that we don't like.
But you can't ignore, and as much as you say to yourself, I'm just not going to take any notice of that, it's part of the algorithm, and the algorithm determines the success of your channel. And if you ignore it, you don't get the success, and you get the opposite, and that becomes hard to cope with, and then you get the negative questions in your own head, don't you, about why am I doing
YouTube
this?
ranks your video as well. It tells you if it's been successful or it's been poorly received, and it ranks it out of your last 10 videos. You have a 1 to 10 on,
which is
on your
really
video.
hard to cope with, I think.
Yeah, and we've put a lot of videos out this year which we thought were really good. We spent an awful lot of time with it, and you can see after about an hour of it going live, but they drop it.
Anyway.
They don't push it, do they?
Anyway.
No, but that's a challenge, and we've got
Well,
to
it is
try.
a challenge.
We have to try and learn to accept it.
Yes.
And to try and learn how to create better videos.
Better videos that our audience wants to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the challenge, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. And stay positive.
Yes.
That's a bit positive, isn't it?
So thank you for your question, Michael.
Thank you,
Hope
Michael.
You have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes, and sending you our love.
Yes. This question now is a completely, like, what's that word? Curvy ball.
A curveball.
That's it.
Curveball. A curvy ball.
Jessica Stride Art asks, where do you get your old rare books about Cornwall from?
Good question, isn't it? You were quite lucky. You had a few books that your great granddad passed on through the family.
And
that was our starting point,
a
wasn't
lot,
it?
Haven't we? Yeah.
Picked up loads of stuff at charity shops. They tend to be more, I suppose, more modern books in the last 30, 40 years. Little pamphlet books, lots of little walk guides, a lot of village guides, church guides, things like that.
Local auctions.
Some of the older books we've got through online sites.
Yeah, Oxfam is one of the biggest second-hand book shops in the country now. And whilst the book you might choose 3 books, for instance. One might be in a charity shop in Wales, one might be in a charity shop in London, and another one might be in a charity shop in Devon. And you can put them all in your basket and they all come winging your way. And just type in a search for Cornwall.
Yeah, we picked up a few auctions as well, so lots of places.
eBay's another good place. And Abe Books, that's a big kind of website. It's an agent, if you like, for all of, some of the bookshops across the country, and they will list and have their own online store within the platform of Abe Books. So there's quite a lot on there that we can pick up as well.
It's been quite a thing as well, trying to actually understand which books to get.
To buy.
Yeah, and sometimes by getting one, it leads to another.
Yes.
That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yes, that is, by the same author or various other authors. And
some of my favourites are some of the people that have come to Cornwall for a holiday and seen Cornwall through a traveller's eyes. And it's very popular in the Victorian times, but we've picked up quite a lot, and it's lovely to get their take on it.
I'm looking for another question that came through about the books, but you haven't put them together, so I can't find it. But it says, how do you get the musty smell out of your books? Which made me giggle, because one of our oldest books we bought in Cardiff in the arcade about 25 years ago, way before we were, and it was just because it was so old.
Aesop's Fables.
From 1765 or something, and it's got like a really old hardback calf-covered outside, and you open it and it just smells to me of fire, wood smoke, and I love it. I love that smell.
A lot of those old books do. A lot of those Cornish old books we've got. Some of them 150 years old. You lift it up and you smell it. You can smell the old fire smoke in it still.
So when this question came through about how do you get the musty smell out of your old books, I was thinking, but I love that.
You love it.
And the auctioneer that we attend locally, he laughs at me because I'll pick the book up and go, Oh, it smells lovely. So I'm the opposite of you. I keep the musty smell.
I do too. It's part of the character of it, I think.
That's
Give
it.
book sniffing a go. You might enjoy it. Might catch on.
What are the top 5 things you always pack in your rucksacks?
Great question. We keep the books in the backpack.
The books, cameras, spare batteries for the cameras,
Yeah.
a flask of water,
Yeah.
and a snack.
Nibbles.
And then it's basically full anyway.
What's your favourite nibble?
Oh, well, I do like a nut bar when we're out on a long walk.
Quite like squishies. They're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're good.
If I can get a saffron bun in, I will. But sometimes it's a bit of a challenge.
Percy Pigs.
They're good.
They're good.
Yeah.
This name is amazing. Dark Lord of Beer and Steak.
Good name.
Yes. He's put, had a frost here in Hampshire a little while ago, out to clear the frost off my car windscreen. My question is, when I used a discount card to clear the frost off, why could I only get 10% off?
Very good question. Very good question. He's using the wrong discount card, Sarah.
Yeah, you should have gone for a 20%.
Yes.
50%. What would your dream holiday be if money and time were no object? And would you document it or just keep it a secret and totally relax?
What a lovely question.
Mm.
We used to travel quite a lot. When
It allowed, yes.
Before we had the children, even when the children were young, we travelled quite a bit. We went to America.
Yeah.
We did a lot of Europe.
Yes.
To Italy.
Yes.
We've been to quite a few places. We've never been to Australia.
No, we've never been long haul, have we?
So money no object.
Yeah.
So as I said, my son James and his girlfriend Grace were out in Japan.
Yes,
that would
I was
be
going to
nice.
say that. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
There's a branch of my family out in Asia.
I've got family in Australia.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Do you know what I'd love to do? If money was no object, I would love to follow the Cornish connection around the world, because a lot of people emigrated to America and to Australia and South Africa. I'm sure I read that there was a place in South Africa called Red Roof.
There was indeed, and I know the connection that you've lost is that it was Fanny Moody. She
Yes.
did a concert in South Africa.
Yes, that's right.
And it was in honour of the Cornish men that had gone out there, the tin miners that had gone out to South Africa and were working out there at the time. And she took a trip out there. She was an opera singer from Red Roof area. She took a trip out there and gave a concert. And I think at the time we just happened to stumble across Red Roof.
Yeah, and it was a reference there that they'd actually introduced rugby to South Africa, and that basically the game of rugby was really down to Cornish miners emigrating.
So now they beat us at rugby because of... They beat England at rugby because of the Cornish.
Yes. But there's a lot of Cornish connections, especially with America. So I'd if money was no object, I would go to Falmouth in America. Or...
Go to lots of Cornish places, but place names
yes,
that are in other places.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'd love to go to New Zealand as well, just to experience it.
So something we are thinking of doing, which we might film. I'd like to get up to Yorkshire this year.
Yes.
I'd really like to do that. We might film that. I'm not sure if we'll get away with it with our channel. We've also been watching a lot of Shetland recently on the TV.
Yeah.
BBC series Shetland's good.
Yeah.
We've been binge watching it and we fancy going there, but I don't think we'd film that.
So, I think you'll probably be really pleased to hear this, but I think we've covered an awful lot of questions. It's all of the ones that we chose and took a screenshot of. So if your particular question hasn't come up, it's probably a duplicate of one of the others that came through. So
some of the ones we've answered before, I don't think we included, did we?
No, we didn't, did we?
You haven't edited this video yet. It could be a very long video, so you might have to cut a few things out.
I might do. So it might have been filmed, but for entertainment's sake, unfortunately, we weren't entertaining enough when we answered your questions, so apologies.
It's our fault.
It is. We love having you as an audience, and we wish you every luck in 2026. 2026. I can't believe it's that.
I know. Can I just add, I echo everything you say. wonderful audience. Thank you for joining us this year, and hopefully you'll continue to watch us next year as well. There may possibly, because we haven't made up our mind yet, there might be a little break of a week or a couple of weeks with videos just while we reset. We typically do that in January.
We need a 10-day lead time, so we'll film 10 days before it's published.
So if we do go slightly quiet on the channel, we're fine. We're just having a slight break. But I should imagine
January is just such a miserable time of year to film. It's so hard because it's usually so wet.
Yeah, but I'm sure before January is out, we'll be back with more videos and more content.
Yes.
So if you've enjoyed our video, you know what to do by now. Give us a thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm. Help us get closer to getting our play button, our 100,000 subs. If you haven't done so already, press the subscribe button. And obviously, if there's anything we've spoken about that you'd like to leave a little message or a comment, then feel free to do so. Adds to the video.
And all that needs to be said now is we wish you Happy New Year for 2026.
Happy
New
Year.
Year. And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.